So, you want to take up trail running? I have a few tips to get you started. So, trail running, I am very biased, but I think it is the most fun form of running. It's also the most physically demanding. As you can see, I am on the trail right now, running. Obviously, because I am a person who likes to optimize my time and multitask. But yeah, I personally think it is a great experience, and it is a slippery slope down the track towards ultra marathons, but it's not a bad thing. So yeah, I have a few tips as I run and think of them. I will be stopping in and giving you some tips on how to trail run for beginners. Hello, I'm giving you some point of view to see the trail I'm on. The trail I'm on is part paved, part dirt roads, part classic hiking trail. Really nice variety we got here. But I wanted to show you the trail I'm running on because that leads to my first piece of advice, which is if you're going to start trail running, I recommend finding a trail that is easy to run on. Something like this, a gravel or dirt road, that doesn't have a lot of ups and downs or loose rocks or tree roots to trip on, because you're going to be on uneven ground, and if you're not used to running on trails, uneven ground is hard to run on, especially if you've only done road or treadmill work. I recommend a trail like this. It's a great beginner trail. Find something relatively easy to run down, and it doesn't hurt to scout it ahead of time. Maybe go hiking with your friends. I recommend, if you're new to trail running, any trail you are going to run on, scout it first, hike it, walk the trail before you run it. Once you get more experience, you'll be able to adapt and run new trails because you're used to trail running. But just starting out, don't be afraid to walk the trail for the first time. Put safety first. Don't let your ego get you hurt. All right, so you've picked a trail to run on. Close to your area, nice, short, relatively easy. So, how do you start trail running? Well, first things first, it is a lot like normal running, just a little more challenging. I recommend wearing running shoes at the very least. If you're just starting out trail running, I wouldn't recommend getting trail running shoes. If you really like it and think it's a good challenge, then trail running shoes are the way to go. I'm wearing my trail runners right now, but a reliable pair of regular running shoes is all you need. I'd also recommend getting some kind of camel backpack to carry water, maybe a snack, and like perhaps a first aid kit. Because you never know what's going to happen. And when you first start trail running, sorry, I'm being swarmed by bugs. It is the season. But yeah, pack things you would need for a hike, for a trail run. And use common sense when you're out in the woods. If you're going alone, tell someone where you're going. Yeah, just use common sense. It'll get you very far. Alright, so you got your shoes, you got your bag, you got what you need for your first trail run. Great. I'd recommend taking it slow. Run on sections you feel like you can comfortably run on, and walk the more challenging sections, or speed walk. Take it slow. My first trail run was a mile loop through the woods, and maybe I ran 10% of it, just a quick short jog on sections of trail I felt confident in my abilities on, which was a good call. It was my first time trail running, and I fell in love. Really did. So feel free to take it slow. If you feel winded, walk. No need to burn yourself out and ruin trail running for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with taking it slow. And of course, don't be ashamed if your first trail run's only a short mile circuit around a pond or something. Then, you know, small baby steps go a long way. So, we're on our first major uphill of my trail run. I'm going to try to go up it as fast as I can for training purposes. But depending on where you live, you may have some really steep hiking trails. which, okay, I need to walk. This is really steep. Whew. Yeah, I'm challenging myself. But it's okay to not run up a hill, especially if it's really steep. And if you're new to running in general, steep uphills are going to destroy you. So, what a lot of ultra runners do with steep uphills is they power hike. Hike up as quickly as you can without technically running. And I'm certain there's ultra runners out there who can run those steep uphills. But yeah, power hike up them. And for downhills, depending on how steep it is, if it's really steep, don't try to run down it. Downhills are generally easier to run down, but that's how you go tumbling down the side of a mountain. I do a combination of a shuffle. I basically shuffle and slide down it as fast as I can while remaining stable. Sorry, I am panting. This is a really steep hill. Let's see if I can... You can't really tell on camera. Very on brand. Very on brand. The camera doesn't show hills the way they actually are. Don't you love it? But yeah. Power hike up. Controlled descent. Don't get cocky and think, I can run this. You're gonna hurt yourself. Trail running is about taking your time and running it in the safest way possible, not coming in first place or personal bests. All right, so another tip, especially once you start getting onto rockier trails like this. It's not really rocky in this section I'm at, but once you get into rockier trails, you need to be cognizant. You need to know what's on the ground. And I'm not saying don't look down like this and run. You're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna trip and fall. Keep proper running form. Keep your head up straight. But look at the ground with your eyes slightly ahead of you and think about what's going on and plot your path. At first, this is gonna take a lot of mental work. You're gonna have to really plan. You're gonna trip a lot. But once you get that sight to mind to body connection, you're gonna be really plowing along on the trails. Yeah, so here's the trail I'm running on. Really quite beautiful. Honestly, I love it. I am wheezing. I am trying to run a route that took just over 3 hours in less than 3. But we'll get there. But yeah, just look at the ground ahead of you. Plot your course as you go. And be prepared to trip and stumble. I still do. And I've been trail running for almost a year now. So I have another tip. I have a lot of tips. This is what the whole video is. But if you don't know the trail you're on, you haven't run it a lot before, or you're new to the area, and that's completely fine, I'd recommend getting a map. A lot of United States parks have maps, so you can take a photo of it when you get there. I personally use All Trails. It's a wonderful little map service. It does require GPS, but you can download maps if you pay for the premium. It's a pretty neat little map. It also shows you all the trails in your area, or any given area. So, really nice recommendation, All Trails. And you can plot your own routes with it. And it does connect to Garmin devices if you have one. I know I do. It's quite nice and funny seeing some of my workouts show up in All Trails for my Garmin. But yeah, find a map, any kind of map, so that way you don't get lost in the woods. Alright, so you've done everything this list has given you. You have good equipment, you have your shoes, you have your trail. Now, when you're running the trail, this is important. Stay aware of your surroundings. whether you're alone or with a group, stay aware. Because you're in the woods. People can sneak up on you. You can sneak up on other people. Just be aware. There's wild animals most likely. So just stay aware. I recommend if you're going to listen to music, listen to it at a low volume with only one headphone in. You want to be able to hear what's going on around you. And of course, if there are people walking the trail ahead of you and it's narrow, just a quick on your left, on your right as you pass them so you don't startle them. But yeah, be aware of your surroundings. Anytime we're running on the trails I run, there's people with dirt bikes and horses and dogs. You just want to be aware of what's going on around you so you and other people don't get hurt. And it's really important. I can't recommend it enough. I personally don't listen to music when I'm in the woods. I want to hear the sounds of nature, and it's just tranquil out here. I don't need music. But yeah, just be smart. Alright, so I finished my trail run and I have no more tips that I can think of off the top of my head. So if you made it this far or found this information helpful, thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking and or subscribing. Comment if you have been trail running before and what you like about it. And if you want to see more food, running, and fitness content, be sure to like and subscribe. I think I already said that. Whatever. I'm tired. I ran. I will see you in the next one.